Welcome back to the Sims 4 walkthrough how to play. I am SimsDive, and today we're going to be covering moving into your first home, getting a job, everyday living with your sim, and even some schooling for your kids. So I'm going to start out in summer. You might not be prompted with a choice to choose a season if you do not have the season expansion packs. I'm just going to click summer to start off, and I'm going to confirm. So this is our sim from last time. She's going to show here, and it's going to tell you that you have 20,000 simoleons available. That is for you to purchase a home or a plot of land. Now you will see that you have different selections of areas you choose to live in. These will come associated with different packs that you have purchased, but these first three will be available to you without having purchased anything. These do come with the base game, so you can select wherever you'd like to live. I like to start out in Willow Creek, and it is a pre-made neighborhood. Once you see the map open up, you will see just a collection of buildings, which we'll get more into depth with, but these are lots you cannot live in. These right here are just community lots, like a library, gym, nightclub, and a museum, and you even have a park that you can visit by yourself or with other Sims. You'll see that you have different grayed out Plumb Bobs, which means that these are occupied by other residences or that you cannot afford the lot. These three green ones do show that it is available for you to move in, and these empty spaces are lots that you can build your own house on. So what I'm going to do is take a look at these three houses, and if you see it before you even click it, you can hover over the lot to see what the name of the lot is, what type of lot, how big it is, how many bedrooms and bathrooms it has, and then also just how much the lot is. So let's say we wanted to purchase this one. Let's click on it, and here you can view the information about the lot, which it will not have a lot of information available, but you can also hit that you're confirming you'd like to move in. It will show your sim as well as the lot, and you will have remaining funds. So you did start out with 20,000, now it's 3,000, but that's because you're buying the home furnished. If you were to hit unfurnished, you would only be paying for the lot at that point. And if you were to hit bulldoze lot, you would have 18,000 left. But since we need to start out with something, we're going to need furniture. So let's confirm that we want to move in, and welcome to your very first home. So you are at your very first sim home, so feel free to take a look around. To navigate your sim, you can click and drag and just move around the screen. You can also hold and right click and turn around the screen. You can move forward with the up, down, side arrows, or WASD on your keyboard. As you can see, looking at your sim, you do have a Plumb Bob, the symbol I told you about. Right now it is green, which means that your sim is happy and healthy, and all of their needs have been met. And like I said, this is the current sim that we had selected. So if we had another sim in our family household, it would transfer over to them if we had them selected. So down here is where your sim little information panel is, so you can see that she is a happy sim. She is doing fine currently, so here's where it will show their moods will change, and it will also give you little moodlets that show you what affected their mood and why they're feeling that way. This little side panel over here is their taskbar. Whatever task they're currently performing or you have lined up for them will appear over here. I believe they only have up to 7 or 8 tasks that they can be doing before it tells you that they're too busy and you need to try again later. You have your center lot button, which I don't typically use, but it does center you in the middle of the lot. You also have your cell phone, which we will go more in depth over. There are different options for you to do different things. And with the seasons pack, you do get a calendar, which will just tell you different weather days, upcoming events, and holidays. So learning about your sim does age and does have birthdays, which you can celebrate by planning different social events. Down here is your basic pause, play, fast forward, and then ultra fast forward, which helps you get through different actions. For the weather expansion, you do get to know what your season that you're currently in is, as well as what temperature it is outside and what the weather is currently like. but you will start out automatically in a new game Sunday at 8 a.m. Over here is different information about your sim. So if you click this, you'll have your aspiration that you chose, what you need to do next to get a different milestone in your aspiration. Again, this does not need to be completed, so do not feel like you have to focus on this. You have a career tab, which we will be doing shortly. You can join a career so your sim can make money to stay happy and healthy and to make sure they pay their mortgage on time, which, yes, you do have bills. Over here is your skills. As soon as you click on an item associated with a skill, it will show you what level skill you are starting to have. You can have many different skills based off of different packs. Once you make a relationship with a sim, you will see it listed here, either romantic, family, or otherwise. Your inventory, if you should happen to get something and you can sell anything in your inventory. Your simology, where you can see how old your sim is and how many days until they age up and what they are going to age up to. You have your genealogy, which does show your sim's parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, your children, grandchildren, and so on. You have your traits, your different lifestyles, and with the fame expansion, you do get a reputation and what your spotlight is, and your neighborhood voting. I don't use all of these. I really very rarely use this tab unless I'm trying to see out of curiosity what my sim's genealogy is. You do have a needs meter, which is broken down into bladder, fun, hunger, social, energy, and hygiene. To make a happy sim, all of these should be filled, or at least moderately filled. It can become dangerous if your sim gets too low in some of these categories because it can cause them to die. Your sim can actually die in a lot of ways that you might not think of, so just make sure to take care of them unless you're playing for the purpose of having them die, which props to you because a lot of people actually do that. And then you have social groups, which is associated with the Get Together pack, so you can join clubs or organizations. And you do have an option with the Get to Work pack where you can actually buy a restaurant, a retail store, or a vet clinic. These are 3 different packs, but you might not have these available to you. Up here we have our buy build mode where you can purchase furniture or build a home. We have our Manage Worlds, which is just pretty self-explanatory. It will take you back to your map. The gallery we talked about before. This helps you move and navigate levels of your home. So if you have a 2-story home or even a basement, you can select which floor you want to be on. So as you can see, my walls are kind of bare, and as I rotate my camera, they do tend to disappear. In order to solve this, you can click this button right here, which can either make the walls all appear, completely take away the walls, or as they were before where they are just slightly visible but do change by rotating the camera. This doesn't have an effect on your home. This is just for viewing purposes, whatever you would like. I personally prefer to have no walls just so I can see what my sim is doing, especially if I have multiple sims in my household. You do have the ability to take a picture or record video in-game. And here's that notification wall. I do have a notification already and you can delete it. If it gets too full, you will have to delete your notifications, so just make sure you're paying attention to that. So as I stated before, your sim does need to pay their bills. Right now we have $3,689. When mail comes around, you do have to click your mailbox and you can either get mail or it will give you an option to pay your bills, and it will tell you how much your bills are, and if they are not paid, they will shut your power off. You can also pay bills by using a computer or your phone. So let's start with our sim by getting her a job. That's what I pretty much like to do for all of my sims. Teenagers can work part-time jobs, but everyone over the age of a young adult can work full-time jobs as well as part-time jobs. Some of these might not be available to you yet again, but since I don't have a computer yet, I am going to select my phone. You do have a social tab, a travel tab, a work tab, household tab, entertainment, and notebook. For right now, we're going to hit the work tab and hit find a job, which we could also do by going to the career tab over here and hit join a career. So there are different areas where you can do the same thing. So it's helpful to know what objects can have what interactions, which we will get into at a later video. So I'm going to hit join a career, And as you can see, as soon as I hit that, a bubble appeared over here where it says find a job. And if you see the X, if you wanted to cancel that action, all you would have to do is click it and the sim would cancel that. So before I have her find a job, I do want to show you that you are not limited to your sim walking around just their household. In certain parts of the neighborhood, you do have the availability to roam about. You do have certain boundaries, so you won't be able to go too far, but you can take a look around the neighborhood, and if you wanted to visit a lot, you can click their house and visit residence, or you can move in a different family. Over here, we do have a community lot where if you like, you can take some plants that have been harvested and you can sell them. And other times, if you notice, if you are just looking around your area, sometimes you might notice a plant that is sparkling or a rock that is out of place or a tree log. If you left click those, they do have an option for you to do something with them, like harvesting them, looking for a specific object, or digging. And anything you find from that object, 9 out of 10 times you do have the availability to sell them. And if you see right here, we do have this little sign with a fish. So you can see that once you hover over it, it does light up, meaning there is an interaction available. If I were to click it and hit go fishing, my sim would actually perform that action and I could sell the fish to make money too. You can also make money by purchasing different objects that allow you to create something or perform something to get tips from other sims. But for right now, let's focus on getting a job. So we're going to click play so she can perform the action, and as you can see, she's pulling her phone up. It will prompt you with a screen that pulls up to pick a certain career. So these are different jobs that you can actually visit your sim at work with. You will not be able to visit your sim at work with all of the jobs, just specific ones. So I'm going to pick the painting career. And as you can see, it does tell you what the job is. If you get high enough up in the ladder, you can see the career branches. So it does have Master of the Real or Patron of the Arts. So if you get promotions, you do end up getting to choose what path you would like to take. And it will tell you what you're starting as, what your starting pay is, what times you work, and what days you work. The days that are in red are the days that you have off. So I'm ready to continue, so I'm going to hit confirm. Automatically, you will get a notification that says your sim has entered the painter career. Sim's now a palette cleaner at 1000 World Art Gallery. She starts Monday at 9 a.m. So that means in 24 hours, we will start our first day at work. Down here, I do have a notification from the career tab that popped up automatically. It tells you the same information that your sim starts work. And then you have this meter. So this meter applies to jobs, it applies to school. So the better you do, the higher your bar goes up. And once you reach this little check mark, it will light up. The better you do in job, you will get a promotion or you will get a better grade in school. So performing tasks to complete this and get your bar up and do good at work will cause you to get a promotion. As long as your sim is in a positive mood and does their best at work, they're very likely to get a promotion. So as you can see, there is a daily task. So she has to create paintings in order to start getting a promotion. So it's almost like homework, which your children and teen sims will have homework to complete every day, aside from Saturday and Sunday. So it is pretty realistic in that sense. But they can also bring home projects or do extra credit work. But for right now, your sim has to create paintings. It will tell you that she has not started. And once she has, it will say 25%, 50%, 75%, and complete. So in order to create that, we will have to buy an easel. There are certain objects that are associated with a career. So let's open our buy and build mode and purchase our first piece of furniture. So the buy and build mode is up here. You will just click it and it will open a grid map, and this is just showing you the boundaries of your lot, so you cannot post anything outside of these white borders. So let's just get an easel, and since you're not going to be aware of where to find it, you can check the search tab because you will just be flooded with different options of different rooms and different furniture. So I'm just going to make it easy and hit search and type in easel, and it will pop up with different options. So I'm just going to hit text search for ease, and it will show you different objects associated with that word. So the objects that are grayed out and have a lock next to them are just objects that haven't been unlocked because you have to be a certain career level or you have to perform an action to unlock them. So I have this available for me, and when you hover over it, it will tell you what the object is, how much it is, different notes about the object, and what quality of painting it will give you. And if it has a skill associated with it, it comes with the object, so you get a painting skill from using this object. You'll notice right here there is a little gray bar with different colors right here. So if you click that, you can actually see what color it is. And I'm just going to select, let's just do the standard brown. And once you click that object, you can drag it out into the world. You do not have to hold the button. You can just free hold the mouse. And once you see that you place it anywhere that it is green, it is good to place. But if you put it in a red area, you will not be able to put it there because it does intersect objects or there might be something in the way. So I'm just going to put it on the wall, and then it automatically deducts the money from your household. So now that that is the only thing I need, I'm going to return to live mode, which is how you play your sim, and I'm going to have her start painting. So to have a sim do an action with an object, you just have to click it, and it'll give you different bubble options so you can select what you like to do. So I'm going to hit classic painting, and you'll notice here there's 3 little dots next to it. That just means there's going to be more options if you click this bubble. So as I said, here's more options. You can do a small classic painting and it'll cost you $50, large classic painting $100, or medium classic painting $75. I'm going to do a large classic painting to help her get through her action and to complete her daily task. So let's hit play. And as you can see, she's making her way over to the easel. And I'm going to speed this up. So it did deduct the money from my household, and as you can see, she has started to paint. We did get a little notification saying that we acquired the painting skill and that her new skill in painting will allow her to create beautiful canvas artwork. The higher the skill, the more advanced she can paint. And then if you check our skill tab, you do see that we have the painting skill already and that we're 15% complete. Once we get to 100, this meter fills up and we will be level 2, which is the same meter that shows right here. Sometimes if a sim is feeling a certain mood over where we discussed earlier, you will see an outline around this meter. That just means that she can perform the action faster or produce better quality. So let's speed through our action. And we got our first text message. So this is talking in reference to another pack we have. You can either click this and converse with them, or you can just cancel it. So let's speed through. And down here, you'll notice how I said it's telling you what percentage they have completed. And the Sims won't paint the same thing every time. They do have a plethora of images they can paint, and the higher skill they are, the better quality and different images that they can create. So now that we're done, we can have a different options of things we would like to do. So as you can see, the arrow does turn into a hand, which means you can move this object without having to go to build mode. So what we'll do is hover over it just so you can see that it is poor quality, how much you can make from selling it, who made it, and what type of painting it is. So if I wanted to keep this painting, I could by clicking and dragging and putting it on the wall. But since I need money, I'm actually going to click it, and you see I have different options which I can sell, I can view, I can create a copy of it, I can frame it, I can list on Plopsy, which is just their version of Etsy. I can name the painting, or I can put it in my Sims inventory. Since I don't need any of this, I need to sell it. I am going to sell to a collector. Over here, you can see that the action did pop up, and your Sim will do their own actions as they please. They do have free will, which you can turn off, but I will explain that later. As of right now, we're just going to have her sell the painting. And the money will be included into the household automatically. So she is 75% done, so she didn't get everything completed. So I am going to have her do a small painting just to make sure it's 100%. And we're almost at level 2 of painting. All right, so we did enter level 2, so Sims can now discuss color theory with other Sims. So if you're having a discussion with a Sim that's not from your lot, you can discuss color theory. Sometimes other Sims won't be interested if they don't have the same interest as you. All right. All right, so now that the painting is completed, I am going to have her sell that. But as you can see here, we do have moodlets again. So she's still fine, but she has an artistic expression, which will last for 8 hours. We will get into moodlets in the next video, but she also did receive emotionally mindful. So that is a new one that I actually haven't seen before. But let's go ahead and sell to the collector. And if you notice down here, we have completed our daily task. So this bar will have a chance to move up, and it does show that she has work in about 22 hours. And here it shows in real time that we have increased our painting level. So different objects you can gain different skills from, and objects will perform on how well your sim is doing. And different objects will cause your meters to run up or down. So as you can see, my sim, she is doing fine, but she is going to run out of funds soon. So if your sim is not feeling too well or something is bothering her, make sure to check your categories to see if there's anything you need to do. My sim is not having so much fun, so we do need to take care of that. So we can click on different objects that will make her have fun, but what I'm going to do is actually show you just a quick object interaction because I want my Sim's meter to be happy tomorrow before she goes to work so she can have a good day. So I'm going to click on the TV, and you can watch a specific channel, watch a movie, work out. You can upgrade it if you have a handy skill. You can channel search, watch TV, or watch a specific movie. So I'm just going to have her watch a channel and watch comedy. Now, it will tell you if you hover over it what a specific channel can help with your sim. So it can make them feel playful, so it can cause certain feelings, or it can actually help your sims gain skills. So if your sim doesn't have a cooking skill yet, I would recommend watching the cooking channel or even reading a book from the bookcase about cooking to help your sim gain a skill. I will say, as a big caution, try to avoid having your sims cook unless it's something like salad the first few times, because your sim can cause a house fire, which can stress them out or kill them. So I'd be very mindful of that. I'm going to have her watch some comedy to make her have fun and fast forward the action. And as you can see, her meter is slowly moving up. And if you watch, other meters will start to move down. So by the end of the day, she will feel tired. And you can actually click the icon to auto solve it. So if I were to click the bed, she would most likely lay down on the couch and take a nap. If I clicked on the bladder, she would go use the bathroom, or social, she would go outside and speak to someone. So there are ways to make your Sims bars go up manually, or you can just have them do it. Most Sims, if they're having a certain need that is rather low, then they will do the actions themselves to help themselves. But most of the time, you're going to be making sure that you're taking care of them. You will get lessons up here to remind you if your sim has a certain type of mood to make sure that you're taking care of them. So romantic lesson, she is romantic. Those Sims tend to be flirty and need to infuse their lives with romance often. So that's just letting you know, get out there, start flirting with some other Sims. And if you check your notifications, I did have one that I missed. So I acquired the comedy skill by watching the comedy channel. The Sims' new skill in comedy allows her to tell jokes at a microphone and write jokes on a computer. So that does give you new interactions to explore. So now that she has had her fun and her meter is full, we're actually going to skip ahead to show you what you can do at her work day. Okay, so we're back and it's about 5:07 a.m. and it looks like our Sim is just waking up. I did want to quickly let you know that inform you that the lower objects cost, the worse they are for your Sims in terms of comfortability and how fastly they gain different fulfilled needs from it. So like this bed is very cheap and uncomfortable. The only reason I know that is because I've played for so long that you just know to avoid this bed as much as you can, because it will cause your Sims to be uncomfortable for about 6 hours. So if you have the time and money to upgrade, I would start upgrading at least your bed, your electronics, just things to make sure your Sim is at least having enough energy and fun. Because stuff like your stove, your fridge, your sink, your shower, your toilet, those can actually all break if they are not reliable, and you can check the reliability by looking in the buy and build, which we will go in over another video. But the lower the reliability, the more likely it is to break. So your Sim can learn to fix it, or they can call a repairman, or you can replace it. If I'm feeling lazy, personally, I replace it. But what I've been doing is having my Sims start to slowly fix everything around the house so they can become handy and it doesn't take as long for them to perform that action. So it is morning. She is waking up. I will just quickly go over some daily living for your Sim. She is feeling hungry, so what I will do before she has to go to work is I can either click on the stove or click on the fridge. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to click on the fridge, and you'll see I have so many different options. I can make a sack lunch, have a quick meal, serve breakfast, have breakfast, cook a grand meal, bake, cook, and then I can open it, utensil preference, hire staff, or I can upgrade it. So I am going to have her serve breakfast. Actually, I'm going to have her have breakfast. Have breakfast is just for a single Sim. Serve is for an entire group. So I'm going to have breakfast, and I'm going to have her make a fruit salad because, as I said, anything that does require actual cooking using the stove is more likely to cause a fire, especially if they have either a low level or no cooking skill at all. So I am going to have her make a fruit salad. And again, you're going to get tired of me saying this, but the better skill you have in a certain field, the better quality items you're going to produce, and that is the same with food. So if you have a very low level, you can produce poor quality food, which does end up affecting your Sim, making them feel gross. So we did acquire the cooking skill. The Sims' new cooking skill will allow her to prepare delicious, straightforward classics. The higher the skill level, the more recipes that will become unlocked. So you can unlock different recipes for your Sim. So we are going to have her speed through the action of her actually making it. And as you can see, she is outlined with blue, as I stated before, because she is feeling inspired from painting. While I fast forwarded through the day, she did do a lot of painting. So now if you check her skill level, she is actually skill level 4. So now she can do different types of paintings, which can produce better money. So let's have her make that salad. And they do get funnier movements or more refined movements the better the skill is. So if you hover over the food, that you can see it's a normal quality, it is vegetarian safe, and you have 9 hours and 58 minutes until it becomes spoiled and it's no longer good for your Sims to eat because it can make them sick. So she is going to take that and eat it at the table. Now, some Sims will automatically clean up their mess. Others, you will have to click on the bowl and hit clean up. or you can drag it to the sink or drag it to the dishwasher, whichever you have and whatever is available. And she does want to watch some TV while she's eating, so she will take her bowl over to the couch and watch TV while she's eating breakfast. And her meter is full, so once she is finished eating, she will go ahead and clean up her mess. And she does have to use the bathroom, so I am just going to have her use the toilet. And don't worry, it does block things out for all ages, so it does have a grid around here, and the same for the shower, so you're not seeing anything unless you have a mod. So now that she is finished on the bathroom, she will wash her hands. And after she washes her hands, so I did want to show you, so these are some of the things I was talking about. So if you pay attention, you see that this plant is sparkling. If you hover over it, it means it can be harvested. So you can harvest bluebells, you can view it, or you can harvest all. So you can harvest all nearby plants, but I'm just going to have her harvest this specific plant. But other areas in the neighborhood, if you just drag along and you see anything out of the ordinary, like you have these different bushes. And if you take a look over here, you do have a tree log, and you can actually look for frogs in it that you can sell. But just dragging along the neighborhood, if you have spare time, you can see that there's a specific rock right here that doesn't quite fit in. You can dig, and whatever treasure you find, you can actually sell that treasure. So there are multiple things around that she can actually dig and sell. And there is something special about this tree, but I will get into that at a later video. But there are multiple things that she can do, and she did acquire the gardening skill from doing that. And if you check her inventory, she does have the bluebells in there. So it is normal quality. It blooms in summer and spring, unless you have the seasons pack, because without it, then it just blooms all the time. And then it sells for $2. So it's $2 each times 8. So we can get $16. So that was added to our household. So now we're just going to speed through and watch her and do whatever she wants. And you do get a notification that tells you when your sim is about to start school or when they are about to start work. So in order to follow your sim by video, all I did was right-click my sim's picture. You can also right-click over here, and it will just follow your sim's movements. So she is washing her hands. She's very neat, so she's washed her hands about 4 times since I've been playing with this sim. And here she goes. She does go to work, so automatically the action is canceled. Apparently she acquired the gaming skill, so you'll see that once it's time for work, this will light up and you can click go to work, but sometimes they will automatically go to work by themselves. If you are running late, it will turn red and it will tell you that you're late, and you can still go to work. Your boss will call you and it will lower your performance for the day. And once your sim leaves for work and there's currently nobody on the lot, it will send you into ultra time, which just speeds up the process so somebody can get home faster. Like I said, you're not able to visit your sim while they're at work unless you have a specific one. It will show you a meter of where they are in their work day. And you do have an option down here of how you would like to work. So you can contemplate art, which does lower work performances, but offers you an inspiration moodlet. You can leave early, which doesn't have any good impact except your sim doesn't work all day. You can work normally, socialize with coworkers that will lower your performance, but it does increase your social need. You can take it easy, which lowers work performance, increases fun, and you will be happy afterwards. Or you can work hard, which does increase work performance. It reduces fun, and you can get stressed. This is the one I choose for Sims the most because it does grant the most promotions. And as you can see down here, her bar is moving because of how she's progressing in the workday. I'm going to have her work hard so she can try to at least have a chance of getting a promotion. But as you can see, throughout the day, it is slowly moving up. And she is getting a chance for a promotion. So she did finish her workday, and as we said, we did get a promotion. And you will get little events up here, but we'll go into that at a later time. So your sim has been promoted to an art book collector. She will now make an additional $2 per hour for a grand total of $23 per hour. She has also received the following bonus: $422, picture perfect art lighting, research art reference on the computer, and her shift is tomorrow at 9 a.m. So great, we did get a promotion, and we do have to create more paintings if we want to keep on that record path. And just to show you quickly, she is a flirty sim, so that will affect how she feels. So she is feeling flirty, and she's also feeling happy from getting her promotion, but the amount of flirty that she is overpowers that. So you can see she's having this little kind of emotion. But take a look at her Plumb Bob. She's not doing too well because it's supposed to be green. If it goes to yellow, that's not great, but it's not bad. If it's orange, that means it's getting worse. And if it's red, that means you have to do something, and soon. So you can see over here, it is lit up yellow, which if you take a look, you can clearly see which one needs the most work. So she is hungry, so you will have to take care of that. And then you'll have to address her fun, her bathroom, and then of course sleep. So basically Sims is just taking care of your sim. You can obviously do whatever you want. If you want to kill them, by all means. If you want to take care of them and make sure they have the best life ever, you can do that. You can even cheat, which I don't suggest you do because it does take some of the fun away from the game at first, until you become more equipped with how to play. But as of right now, that is all I have for your move-in day, and of course, just simple stuff with your sim as far as getting a career and going to school. We don't have any kids, so we really didn't discuss going to school. There is not really much you can do other than make friends and study hard and just try to get good grades, especially if you have the university expansion pack. That really does help. But in the next part, we are actually going to cover object interactions and how to activate certain moodlets like this. So stick around and we will cover that. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them below. If you like the video, please leave a like. And if you want to stick around, feel free to subscribe. Not required, but it's super nice of you if you did. And as always, have fun and happy simming.